Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Assistant Secretary, for appearing today for our committee to continue the conversation about the fiduciary rule. It's already been proven the failed recycle policies of the DOL fiduciary rule harm the very people it claims to protect, retirees and savers. According to a Deloitte study, more than 10 million lower and middle income individuals lost access to investment assistance during the short time of the Obama-era 2016 fiduciary rule. Fortunately, the Fifth Circuit Court rescued the American people from that terrible rule and invalidated the rule. So it's clear that your administration has deliberately chosen again to ignore what's best for the American people. This is why I've introduced 4 Congressional Review Act joint resolution of disapprovals in the House to disapprove the 2024 fiduciary rule. These 4 CRAs will rescue the American people from the Biden administration's overreach in this matter. Madam Secretary, did the DOL consider the loss of investment advice the fiduciary rule would cause to these individuals?
Thank you, Congressman Allen, for those questions. The Department of Labor, certainly as part of looking towards whether or not to move forward with the retirement security rule, considered a number of different effects, including what the effect would be on small savers, on underserved communities. And
what steps did you take to ensure that fewer individuals would actually be harmed by this rule? I mean, what did you actually do?
Sure. Well, at bottom, the rulemaking requires that people who are holding themselves out as trusted advisors are going to adhere to basic standards of fair dealing when it comes to dealing with retirement investors. That if anyone, whether they're a small saver or a larger saver, that when they seek recommendations from a trusted professional about how to invest their hard-earned retirement savings, that those retirement professionals, their advice need to be prudent, they need to be in the retirement investor's best interests, they need to not be misleading and not have overcharges. And those protections are important.
So who decides that? Does the government decide that now, or do the peer groups in the industry decide it? You know, these are all certified professionals.
Well, thank you, Congressman. They are not all certified financial professionals, and they are not all necessarily professionals who claim to be or put themselves out as fiduciaries. Some of them do indicate that they will provide certain responsibilities and duties that they are not, in fact, legally required to provide. And
so the Department of Labor is going to decide then who is certified and who's not?
Thank you, Congressman. The Department of Labor is not going to define who might be certified. Okay. The Department of Labor will, however, decide whether in providing advice in a certain manner.
Well, this rule is going to do much harm, and I need to move on here. Under your watch, EBSA mischaracterized and misled the public about the Trump ESG investing ruling, which required that a fiduciary, including an investment manager, perform his duties solely in the interest of the participants and beneficiaries and for the exclusive purpose of providing benefits under the plan. Your administration encourages financial institutions to participate in left-wing activism and ideological preferences when investing Americans' hard-earned retirement savings. Last year, I introduced the Rollback ESG to increase retirement earnings, or the RETIRE Act, which requires ERISA retirement plan sponsors to prioritize financial returns over environmental, social, and governance ESG factors when making investment decisions on behalf of their clients. Madam Secretary, why does the DOL continue to blatantly ignore ERISA and the Supreme Court ruling by allowing financial advisors to invest Americans' retirement savings into ESG funds, which are proven to carry higher risk?
Thank you, Congressman, for that question. The Prudence and Loyalty in Plan Investments final rule that was issued at the end of 2022 is very clear as to what the fiduciary responsibilities are with respect to plan professionals who are making decisions how to invest plan assets. And in that rule, we were crystal clear that fiduciaries may not subordinate the interests of participants and beneficiaries in their financial plan benefits to any other objectives. They may not sacrifice individual return or take additional investment risk to promote other goals that are unrelated to the interests of participants
I
and
hate to
beneficiaries.
cut you off, but my time has expired, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of confusion out there, and it's been created by your decisions, and it needs to be fixed. Now, you'll
Thank you, Mr. Allen.